Hey yo, welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. So I haven't done so much lately, but we got, of course, NHL happening, and we're probably about a quarter way through the season so far. Standings are kind of separating themselves out a little bit more than they were a few weeks ago. We do have the top for each conference. We have the top people here is the Bruins in the East Conference Atlantic League, the Devils in the East Conference Metropolitan, and then Dallas is ahead of the Western Conference Central, and Vegas is the head of Western Conference Pacific. So everyone that is in first in their conference has less than 10 losses, which is pretty amazing. The Bruins only have the least amount of losses with 3, and then we have the Devils here with 4, which the Bruins actually just recently lost their win streak. I think it was a home win streak, and yeah, so they're starting off the season really well. Have many other teams are just not really doing what they were expected to do, especially what they did last season. They just are not doing well. For example, we have the Rangers. Somehow they have a winning record, but they also let up so many goals for some reason, and they just let leads go. It's kind of like a thing where like all right, they're winning, but how long can they keep this lead for? If anything, if they can even keep it at all. So yeah, it's been very weird with some teams here. Some teams are just kind of like very surprising that they're where they are, especially for like even the Pacific. I thought that the Ducks were going to be good. They're in last. They have less than 10 wins. So Anaheim actually was in the playoffs last year. That conference has kind of switched around a little bit. You have Vegas, Kraken, and Kings, who have not really held up well in the previous years. Of course, we have Knights and Kraken have been just recently brought into the league. Vegas has been around for about 6 years or so. They went to the finals their first year, which it was amazing. We thought that they were going to win. And then the Kraken has only been here, I think this is their 3rd season. And they were actually doing very well. They're, of course, in second. They're a little surprising that they actually are like this. It was actually kind of cool the other night. It was cool, but also kind of a scam. Like, we thought it was going to last longer. They had their jerseys were like glow in the dark, but it was only for like the tunnel. Like you would, if you didn't, I'm sure that they had them on the jumbotron, but we thought they were going to be skating around in the ice and glow in the dark. But yeah, they didn't. It was weird, but it was cool for what it lasted. But of course, you wanted some more glow in the dark because hey, a little change up here and there. It's kind of cool. We do have also the Coyotes are sharing the rank with the Arizona hockey team because, of course, they're not great, so they haven't been able to really pay for their own building, so they kind of just hopped on with that team, with the college team. It's kind of cool, actually. For the most part, like, yeah, granted, like, other teams have full-on stadiums, like, you have legitimate, like, 60 to 80,000 seat capacity for most of these teams in their stadiums. They have like 5,000, and actually they let out a lot of student tickets that go out and let them. I think it's like 1,500 student tickets are like let out. And if you know Arizona is a huge school, so. That's why I think that they're not great, because it's such an open land and there's not many really big hockey fans out there, which I think is the reason why they are not they don't have the fan base that other teams do have. Yeah, so some teams that I don't think that are going to be able to hold this up the entire time is, I'm really hoping that won't happen, is in the Metro division with the Devils. I'm hoping that this kind of flips it around a little bit. I don't really see the Devils lasting a whole lot longer in first. And this division is actually quite close if you think about it, with probably the first 4 teams are within about 3 wins of each other. So not too bad for me, not too bad for most part. Yeah, and then I think that in the Atlantic, I think that I think Tampa might come back up a little bit. They're only about 5 games out of first, so I think they'll figure it out a little bit. There's some teams here I just don't think that they have the ability to do well and come back. It's kind of crazy that Columbus Blue Jackets are this bad right now, but yeah, I think that we're about a quarter way through the season, so still some more time to change, because of course hockey does go in through the summer for about half the summer, so we do have that much more time to see if the standings will separate even more and who will be able to last this whole season. So yeah, we have, of course, there will be updates along the season. They'll have All-Star break coming up in a little bit. Not really talked about. It hasn't really been talked about because we do have probably a few months left for that. But yeah, of course, it's been a fun season for for some teams, and not fun seasons for others. But yeah, that's how it goes. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.